Hello, Cheesers. It is time for an announcement video on our future plans for our Halo 2 anniversary slash MCC side series cheese action. I decided that tonight, after a fantastic race on Halo 5 that went perfectly, one of the most well-ran races that I've ever participated in, that there was never going to be a better time than now to announce how I want to go forward with the Halo 2 anniversary action. So I've got, we got the World of Outlaws series schedule up. I don't want to just give it away right away, but here in a moment I'm gonna reveal how we're moving forward. But a little intro first.
It's time for the moment you've been waiting for. Preparing the Krabby Patty.
Lamau. All right, so time to show it off. So how I want to. Oh, we're already there. All right. Well, this is how I want to move forward with our Halo 2 anniversary series. So, of course, we've got 2 more weeks of World of Outlaw. We got our Eldora regular season final round coming up here soon. And then after that, we've got our grand finals that we're working on. So 2 more weeks of that, and then we'll take a week off. And then I want to go forward with this. And I've been posting some teasers of it in the Discord that some of you may have seen. Yeah, Halo MCC Driver Specialty Series for the summer of 2022. So you might look at this doc right now and be like, all right, what the hell is going on here? So I got a few ideas for this and some that I haven't added to the doc yet. So I'm just going to have to go off my notes for that and explain that, what those ideas are. And that mostly has to do with the grand finals. Everything here on the doc, though, I should be able to explain pretty easily. So what the idea is basically it's going to be a season where it gives the Forgers the most freedom that they've ever had. So couple things, right? So, what are a couple things that are frustrating about forging tracks for the series? Okay, one thing that comes to my mind immediately is you work really hard on a track and you don't know if it's going to get raced, right? That is something that, if you're somebody that's been forging tracks or whatever, I'm sure it's happened to everybody. And it's definitely, it definitely could be pretty frustrating. So with this series, that's something that's going to be eliminated because any of our drivers and forgers that want to participate in this, this goes for any of them. They all get their pick of their tracks that are going to be in the schedule, and they get full reign over that. So they get their 2 tracks, and they get to fully decide on what those tracks are. So, and it, any type of track, any type of racing series, it's whatever they want to do. Full creative freedom there. You could even do hog races if you wanted to. Full creative freedom there. So that is the idea. Now keep in mind, it's still going to follow our normal format and rule set and point system and whatever to have some consistency. But as far as the type of tracks go, right, you'll have full freedom over that. And you also, there could be some exceptions on some things that you can do with those tracks as well. For example, if you want to do a track with a joker, or if you want to do pit stops on your particular track or race, you can, decide on that as well. So you do have a little bit of freedom there as well. So the way that I've organized the schedule is just people that I thought would want to participate in it for sure, and I just randomized the order. And if anybody doesn't want to participate that's in here, which I think they'll probably want to. But if any of them don't want to, let me know. But yeah, so I just kind of threw it in a little random.org list, just some people that I thought for sure would want to do this, and threw them in here. So yeah, so for example, and they're all double headers, and they're all back to back. So basically everybody has their own track night, their own home night, kind of, if that makes sense. So obviously this first week would be Romans. It'd have both of his tracks. Next one would have both of armadas. Next one I have both of mine, and so on and so forth. So that's kind of the idea. And I'm honestly really excited for it because, again, that's one of the most frustrating things about forging tracks for the series is, again, you don't know if your tracks are going to get in. Well, here you have full creative control of which of your tracks that you want to put in. You have full control over that. You know that those 2 tracks are going to be the 2 that are raced on your night. So that's really cool. I think people appreciate that. Oh, the other thing too is that obviously, like, if you want to make something for like a different type of series or something like kind of experimental, but currently doing a season that's not really supporting that, this will obviously alleviate that as well. Like, if you any like type of experimental type cheese, if you want to do a track that like doesn't really fit into a category, or if you want to do a track that fits into a category that just isn't raced as often or something like that, you have the full freedom for that here. So that's really cool. That's really cool actually, because I've definitely had experiences like that where I've wanted to make a certain type of track for a series, and I kind of get into it for a little bit, but then I reach a certain point where it's like, we're not gonna race this, so like, it's fun forging it, but like I want to race the stuff that I work on, and I'm sure a lot of the other forgers can relate to that as well. Like, it's fun to make something, but you want to get some use out of it too, and you want to see it put into action. So I think that's really cool. Yeah, like 2 of the most frustrating things about forging tracks for racing, I think, are like solved with the series a little bit. So yeah, just like full creative freedom, all these different nights for all these different forgers, and if anybody else wants to participate in it as well, I'm willing to add some more slots to a point. I think I'd probably max it out on like 10 people. I don't know if we'd have that many that would want to do the forging, but that would probably be like where my max is. I don't think I would go much higher than that. But yeah, I think this will be really exciting. I think it's a really cool idea, and it'll be pretty fun for the regular season, I think, for racing and for everybody working on these as well. Now, the grand finals idea I have is kind of cracked. It's like super experimental. I haven't added it to the doc yet because it's kind of absurd. But it's what I think it's a cool idea to do a different type of grand finals like this for a series like this. Like, for an experimental series, throw in the experimental grand finals. So here's some notes that I put down on my ideas for the grand finals for the series that I think are kind of cool. Okay, so grand finals. Each forger will get 1 track in the grand finals. The grand finals races are just 1 moto, so that's a difference. Instead of doing the 2 moto format for each track will just get 1 moto in the grand finals. Now, why is that? It is because the grand finals is elimination format. So the grand finals will basically kind of be like a 1 life elimination tournament to end off the season, essentially. Last place is going home each race of the grand finals until we get down to the 1v1. And another note that I added in there is, and I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think it might be kind of nice, is to lower the race length progressively as we lower the driver count. So start off with our normal like 12-minute moto, and then once we eliminate like 2 drivers, send it down to like 10, and then eliminate another 2, put it down to like 8, and then put it down to like 6 at the end. Something like that. I think that would make sense and would be kind of cool. But yeah, those are a few notes that I put down on my little grand finals idea right there that I wanted to do for this series that I think would be kind of cool. I think it'd be kind of cool to do a grand final like that with just a completely different format, just flip it on its head, and just do something completely different for the grand finals, and maybe add a little bit more weight to it in that sense. Like, I definitely think that this type of grand finals format would have a little bit more weight than the normal one. I mean, it's going to be an absolute gauntlet. You're going to have to go through so many races. Elimination format's tough. Yeah, it'd be really cool, and it'd be really really awesome to win that for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for now. I guess at this point, just let me know feedback on this if you're excited for it, if there's any like questions about it or anything like that. But yeah, let me know. I'm hoping this will be received pretty positively. I think it's a pretty cool idea, but we'll see. Yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next one.